Imagine walking alone on a quiet moonlit night when suddenly, a cold breeze brushes past, carrying with it a faint whisper you can't quite make out. This is the beginning of a tale that dates back to a chilly autumn evening in the small town of Riddlesbrook, nestled in the heart of New England. Our protagonist, a middle-aged gentleman named Arthur, was known for his evening strolls. But this night was different. Arthur found himself walking down an unfamiliar path, drawn by a strange magnetic pull. The houses that lined the street were silent as tombs, their windows dark. The only sound was the distant hoot of an owl which seemed to echo in the cold, still air. As he ventured deeper into the unknown, a sudden chill ran down his spine. It was a cold that seeped into his bones, a cold that wasn't entirely physical. The air grew heavy around him, pressing down like an unseen weight. His breath fogged up in the frigid air, and a hush fell over the world. Then he heard it. A whisper, so faint it could have been mistaken for the rustling of leaves. Yet there was a melodic quality to it, a rhythm that was distinctly human. His name, he realized, was being called out from the shadows, as if a ghostly presence was beckoning him. The temperature continued to drop, a frosty mist creeping up from the ground. Arthur felt a prickling sensation at the back of his neck, the unsettling feeling of being watched. The whisper grew louder yet still indiscernible, a chilling echo in the silent night. He turned around, his heart pounding in his chest. But there was nothing there. No one. The street was as empty as it had been, bathed in the soft glow of the moonlight. The whisper ceased, the air warmed slightly, and the eerie feeling of being watched disappeared. Just as quickly as it began, it ended. But the chilling sensation? That lingered on. Our next tale takes us to an abandoned mansion, a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Imagine, if you will, an imposing structure, its once grand facade now weathered and worn by time. This is no ordinary derelict dwelling. It's a place where shadows dance in the absence of light and whispers echo through its countless cavernous rooms. This is the Haunted Mansion, a place where specters roam and time stands still. The mansion's story is as intriguing as it is chilling. Once a bustling hub of grandeur and opulence, it's now a silent sentinel of a bygone era. Its grand halls and stately rooms now lie empty, save for the spectral inhabitants said to haunt its corridors. But who are these spectral inhabitants? Eyewitness accounts speak of apparitions seen in the dead of night, figures clad in period attire, forever trapped in a time long past. There are stories of a woman in a flowing white gown, seen wandering the mansion's vast gardens under the glow of the moon, of a distinguished gentleman forever pacing the library, a phantom scholar lost in eternal study. Then there are the inexplicable noises. Footsteps echo in empty hallways. The distant sound of a piano playing a haunting melody wafts through the mansion, even though its grand piano has been silent for decades. Doors slam shut with no one around, and whispers seem to drift from thin air, carrying snippets of conversations from a time forgotten. Those brave or foolish enough to venture into the mansion have come away with tales of chilling encounters. Cold spots that send shivers down the spine, a feeling of being watched, and objects moving of their own accord. These experiences have cemented the mansion's reputation as a hotspot of paranormal activity. The mansion stands to this day, a chilling reminder of the unseen world that exists alongside ours. The Haunted Mansion is a testament to the enduring power of the past, a place where the veil between the living and the dead appears to be perilously thin. It's a grim reminder that some things refuse to stay buried, that some stories, like the mansion itself, refuse to fade away. Now we journey down a desolate road where a simple drive turned into a night of terror. It was an ordinary night, the kind where the moon hung low and the stars were sparse. The only sound was the hum of the car engine and the occasional gust of wind whipping past. The travelers, a group of friends, were just looking for a little adventure, a break from the monotony, but they found something far more chilling. Their destination was a quaint, out-of-the-way town, nestled in a valley. The quickest route was a lonely stretch of road that cut through a dense forest. They were warned about taking this route, but dismissed the tales as mere folklore. But as they drove deeper into the forest, the atmosphere seemed to shift. It was a feeling of unease that you couldn't quite put your finger on. Suddenly, the headlights picked up a figure standing in the middle of the road. It was a ghostly apparition, a woman dressed in white with a chilling stare that seemed to pierce through the darkness. The car came to a screeching halt, hearts pounding, breaths held. The figure vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving behind a chilling cold and a sense of dread that hung heavy in the air. Panic ensued. The feeling of isolation was overwhelming. The once comforting hum of the engine now seemed like a mocking reminder of their solitude. They drove on, the car's headlights cutting through the darkness, each bend in the road revealing nothing but more of the same desolate landscape. Their relief at reaching their destination was short-lived. The ghostly figure seemed to have followed them, appearing at odd moments, always with that chilling stare. They spent the night huddled together, the fear palpable, the atmosphere heavy with dread. The morning couldn't come soon enough. The journey ended, but the haunting memories of that night remain, etched in the minds of the travelers. This chilling road trip, a terrifying experience, serves as a reminder that sometimes, the things that go bump in the night are more than just figments of our imagination. Finally, we visit a humble home where the laughter of a child echoes but no child resides. A tale as old as time, yet as chilling as the midnight breeze. The story of a ghostly child, a spectral presence, haunting the confines of a seemingly ordinary house. In the stillness of the night, the ethereal sound of a child's laughter fills the air. It's a sound that should bring joy, but in this context, it's a harbinger of dread. No child lives here, yet the innocent mirth echoes through the halls, bouncing off the walls, seeping into the cracks, and settling into the very marrow of the house. Residents often speak of a childlike figure, seen from the corners of their eyes, a fleeting apparition that disappears as quickly as it appears. A small figure with an innocent face, yet the eyes hold a depth of sorrow that belies the tender years the child should have. The house itself holds onto a tragic past, a tale of a child, taken too soon by the cruel hands of fate, a life cut short and a spirit unable to move on. The tragedy of the past permeates every room, every corner, every brick of the house. It's a constant reminder of the life that was and the life that could have been. Unexplained activities add to the unsettling atmosphere. Toys left in the middle of the room, a swing set moving on its own, lights flickering with no apparent cause. All these phenomena, seemingly innocent yet when put together, they paint a picture of a child's spirit, trapped in an endless cycle of play and sorrow. The residents live in a state of perpetual fear and unease. They share their home with a spectral child, forever bound to the earthly realm. They've learned to coexist, to live with the chilling laughter, the fleeting apparitions, the unexplained phenomena. It's a haunting reality, a chilling existence. The house is still inhabited, its occupants forever living with the chilling echo of a child's laughter. The laughter of a ghostly child, a constant reminder of a tragic past, a spectral presence forever imprinted on the fabric of a humble home. The world is full of mysteries, and these stories we've shared today are but a glimpse into the unknown. We began our journey with that unsettling encounter, a chilling reminder that the everyday can swiftly turn into the extraordinary. A casual walk in the park turned into a brush with the supernatural, an encounter that sent shivers down our spines and left us thinking about the thin veil between our world and the next. We then delved into the haunted mansion, a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Each creak of the wooden floors, each flutter of the dusty curtains, whispered tales of sorrow and longing, of spirits trapped between worlds. The mansion stands as a testament to the enduring power of the paranormal, a monument to the unseen. Our terrifying road trip reminded us that no place is immune to the touch of the supernatural. The lonely highways, the desolate gas stations, the shadowy figures glimpsed in the rearview mirror, they all served as stark reminders that we are never truly alone. We are always in the company of the unseen, the unheard, the unfathomable. And who could forget the ghostly child? A spectral apparition that tugged at our heartstrings and reminded us of the innocence lost and the lives unlived. The child, forever trapped in the realm of the spectral, served as a poignant reminder of the tragic tales that often lurk behind the paranormal. These tales, these experiences, they are more than just stories. They are reminders of a world beyond our understanding, a world that exists just beyond the edges of our perception. We encourage you to share your own tales of the paranormal, your own encounters with the unknown, for it is only through sharing that we can begin to understand the vast, enigmatic world that exists beyond our own. As we part ways, remember, the next time you feel a cold breeze or hear a faint whisper, it might just be a visitor from the other side.